There are some places in the world that are more than a destination. They are living, breathing spiritual entities that hold memory, wisdom, and ancestral power within the very soil beneath our feet. For me, Jamaica is one of those places. Long before I ever called this island home, I came here as a visitor. Every single time I arrived on Jamaican soil, something profound happened to me. As a younger woman, each journey brought a revelation. Each experience elevated me spiritually in ways I could not always explain at the time. I would arrive carrying one version of myself and leave carrying another. There was always an awakening, a deeper understanding of who I was and what I was being called to become. Looking back now, I realized Jamaica was preparing me long before I knew I would one day have such a deep relationship with this land. Even now, I recognize a truth that has followed me throughout my entire life. I am always at my best when I am here. My spirit feels lighter, my connection to nature deepens, my intuition becomes stronger, and I find myself returning to a more authentic version of who I am. One of the most unexpected transformations has been my relationship with animals. In the United States, I never had dogs and had very little interest in having them. I saw them as an inconvenience and never imagined myself becoming someone who would devote time and energy to caring for them. Yet Jamaica had other plans for me. Here, the animals seemed to find me. The chickens, the dogs, the birds, and the creatures that share this land arrive in my life naturally, almost as if guided by an unseen hand. Instead of seeing them as a burden, I now see them as gifts. I welcome them with joy and gratitude. Caring for them has become an honor rather than a responsibility. They have taught me patience, presence, compassion, and connection. Through them, I have learned that all life is sacred. In many ways, these animals have become some of my greatest spiritual teachers, reminding me daily of trust, instinct, and unconditional acceptance. There is something sacred about the natural world here. The rivers, waterfalls, springs, mountains, and bush feel like living libraries of memory. They hold stories. Some of my most profound moments of reflection have come while sitting beside a river or standing beneath a waterfall. There's a cleansing that happens here that feels deeper than physical. The water seems to wash away layers of distraction, allowing a person to reconnect with something ancient within themselves. The rivers and waterfalls of Jamaica carry spiritual gifts for those willing to receive them. They invite reflection, remembrance of who we are beneath the identities, expectations, and burdens we carry. Transformation here is automatic and natural. If you immerse yourself fully, indulge in the beauty, the culture, the wisdom of the elders, and the pace of life here, change begins to happen. And you only understand it later when you recognize you are no longer the same. But the real gift is recognizing it. Jamaica has a way of revealing what is hidden, guiding people back to themselves. Those who listen closely often discover that the journey they thought was bringing them to Jamaica was actually bringing them home within themselves. Jamaica's history is one of extraordinary resilience. It is a land where enslaved Africans refused to surrender their humanity, where freedom fighters challenged one of the most powerful empires in history, and where the spirit of resistance became woven into the national identity. No story embodies this more than that of national hero, Queen Nanny. In the mountains, Queen Nanny led her people with unmatched courage, wisdom, and spiritual strength. The British military could not break the will of the Maroons. Through strategy, intimate knowledge of the land, and profound spiritual leadership, Queen Nanny helped secure victories that became symbols of resistance throughout the world. Many believe her strength was not only physical or strategic, but deeply spiritual, rooted in ancestral wisdom and divine protection. Her legacy reminds us that true power is alignment, courage, and connection to something greater than fear. The same spirit lives on throughout Jamaica's history. in the Maroons, in the uprisings and cultural preservation, and in the everyday resilience of the people. As I reflect on my journey, I am filled with gratitude for the elders who have shared their wisdom with me along the way. I give special thanks to Sister P of Hope Bay, former owner of Susumba Aito Restaurant, whose knowledge, presence, and commitment to conscious living have touched countless lives, including my own. Through her example, she has preserved traditions of natural healing, Aito living, and community wisdom that continue to nourish the spirit of Jamaica. I give heartfelt thanks to Mama G of Buff Bay, spiritual warrior and high priestess, whose strength, guidance, and connection to sacred traditions reflect the enduring power of Jamaica's ancestral heritage. In a world that often values speed over wisdom, elders like Mama G remind us to slow down, listen deeply, and honor life as sacred. I also honor the many historians, Rastas, storytellers, farmers, healers, and cultural guardians who continue to preserve Jamaica's truth and living memory. These elders are bridges between worlds. They carry knowledge that cannot always be written down. I return again to what Jamaica has taught me most deeply. Healing or restoration is not always force, it's simply presence, surrender. It is allowing yourself to be shaped by what is already sacred around you. To the land of Jamaica, I offer my deepest respect. To the ancestors before me, I offer gratitude. To the elders, I offer thanks. To the land, the rivers, the waterfalls, the animals, and the people, I offer love. And to the spirit of this island, I say thank you for every revelation, every elevation, and every return to myself. Blessings, honor, respect, one love. Happy Sunday. Thank you for listening. Love, health, and wealth.